Hello, everybody. It's me, Shannon LaBriere. I am live and loving it tonight, but it's not Sunday Night Live. It's Monday Night Live. Hi, Sammy. Yes, we had some technological difficulties on Sunday, and doggone it, it was too good to miss. And so I decided I would do a repeat. That's the beauty of this, right? I can just come back on Monday. We'll pretend it's Sunday, although I don't want you to have to repeat Monday again. So just know tomorrow's Tuesday. You don't have to have a do-over Monday just because we're doing a do-over Sunday Night Live. I'm Shannon LaBriere. I am your hostess. I am here to help you learn to thrive in change, the change that we love, the change that we don't, the change that we invite, the change that hits us out of nowhere. Margaret, yay, I'm glad you're here. Margaret, I am super excited. I am going to see you tomorrow because I'm doing some leadership training work at your company. So I'm excited about that. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. We're going to do some leadership development there. It's just amazing. So I'm excited to see you tomorrow. And thanks for jumping on tonight live. So last night, if you saw even a part of Sunday Night Live, you know I was talking about the equation that doesn't just bring us success, but it brings us fulfillment. And that equation, it's simple, but it's not always easy to execute. Oh, Margaret, you don't get to go. That's okay. That's okay. I'm so sad. I'm crying real tears. That's all right. We'll work on getting you guys involved as well. That's the whole idea of doing leadership development in an organization is we train the top leaders and then we start working with the departments that come underneath. So Margaret, I am sorry that you won't be there, but I'm very excited that I'll be in your organization one step closer, right? Right? Pam, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for jumping on. So tonight we are going to talk about a simple equation that is simple to remember. It is simple to say, simple to write, but it is not always easy to execute. And we have to be intentional about making sure that we pay attention to it because otherwise it is so easy to get swayed off of track. So I'm picturing how I get up in the morning, and I don't know if you're the same way, but as soon as I wake up in the morning, the first thoughts that come to my mind are, what do I have to do today? Right? What do I have to do? What's on my plate? What's on my agenda? What do I have to do? Carol, I'm glad you're here. The first thing that comes to my mind, the sun peeks through, or maybe it's the alarm going off. And I'm thinking, what do I need to do? It is so easy to hop out of bed and bam, 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 begin doing immediately. And that, my friends, is a mistake. That is an invitation for us to lose sight of our priorities, lose sight of what's important, lose sight of what matters. And so I just want to invite you to consider these two questions every day, not just, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? But also ask yourself, who do I need to be? Who do I need to be? With the same sense of purpose and urgency. Missy, I'm glad you're here. Awesome to see you. Carol, I'm glad you jumped on. And Daniel Spear, welcome. Yeah, we're talking about two questions, not just one. Not just what I need to do, but who do I need to be? Because this is the equation, people. This is the equation that when we can fill in the blanks in the right way, brings us not only success, but fulfillment and a sense of purpose. And I don't know about you, but I don't just want to achieve things for the sake of achieving them. I want to be working towards something that matters, that makes a difference. Bob, you're awesome. I'm glad you jumped on. Shelly, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, Carol's typed it over. Purpose. Exactly right. We can have our lives all of the doing that we do, it can be for a purpose. And that's what we're going to talk about, the simple equation that helps us answer the question, what do I need to do? Really, who do I need to be? This is the equation. If you're taking notes, you can write this down. The equation is this: be, B-E. Who do I need to be? Be plus do, D-O. Who do I need to be? Then what do I need to do? Equals have. Who do I need to be? Then what do I need to do? Then I will have those things that I'm working so hard to get, the things I'm striving for, the goals I say I want. Brian, I'm glad you're here. Who do I need to be is the first most important question that we need to ask ourselves. Then what do I need to do to get what I want to have? Be, do, have. Let's talk for just a minute about when that goes wacko, when those things are not in sync, when things go wrong. And I'm sure you heard of those massive lottery winners. You know, they play the Powerball or the Mega Millions, and some guy, some lucky guy, wins $25 million. He made a $2 investment, wins $25 million, and in 5 years, it's gone and he's bankrupt. We've heard those stories. There's TV shows about them, these lottery winners, and it goes horribly wrong. Why is that? It's because they have a lot, but they never had to do anything to get it, and they didn't have to be the kind of person who could earn it and who could handle it. There is something to be said for being a person of character, doing the things that it takes to have success, to have abundance, to have all of those things that seems like if we could just get the genie out of the bottle and make our 3 wishes, that our lives would be great. But in reality, we can see it in the lives of those people who have so much but didn't have to do anything to get it. And they didn't have to be a person of character at the beginning. Those people squander it, they waste it, they're ungrateful, they're ineffective. We have to not just have things or desire to have things. We also need to be willing to do what it takes to have them. But that's not just doing, is not just going to be what makes us happy. People who just do in order to have, those are called workaholics, right? Those are called workaholics. People who do in order to have, and put all of their effort, all of their valuable energy into doing to get a better job, work up the career ladder, have that business, have the house in Hawaii, whatever it is that they're striving. When people do so that they can have, but they've put no effort into the person they need to be, that is an empty life. And those people who focus on what do I have to do so that I can have the thing I say I want to have, those people lose sight of the true priorities in their life. Sometimes they're not just doing that on purpose. Sometimes they're just doing it because they aren't intentional about asking themselves the question, who do I need to be? Let me take a second to welcome Shelly. I'm glad you're here. I said that already, but I'm really glad you're here. Brian, I'm glad you jumped on. Barbara, thank you for being here. Tim Sokolnicki, I love seeing your name. It's been so long since I worked with you back in the olden days. And Julie, I'm glad you're here as well. We're talking about this simple equation that leads to not just our success, not just us reaching our goals, but reaching our goals in a way that allows us to be fulfilled. allows us to have a sense of purpose. And it is this simple equation that says, be, do, then have. Who do I need to be? Then, what do I need to do? Then I will have the things that I say I want to have. We get really, really good at doing things in order to have whatever it is that we're wanting. Maybe we want success in our business, success in our job. Maybe we want to be a good parent, but we get so caught up in doing that we lose sight of who do we need to be. The two questions that I ask myself every day when I get up are these: what do I need to do? But more importantly, who do I need to be while I'm doing it? If I'm a parent, and I'll give you an example. When my son, my oldest son, was 4 years old, it was the holidays, and I wanted him to have just a really great holiday experience. And so I signed us both up for a program that they had at the Detroit Institute of Arts, where we could go and we would see plays that were especially for children, and they all had holiday themes. And then there was a little lunch, and there were 3 of them between Thanksgiving and Christmas. 3 of these plays where we would go and watch them. The thing is that this was early in my days working at the Postal Service, and I worked in a processing plant, and Tim, you know what I'm talking about. Worked in a processing plant where we processed 1 million pieces of 1 million cards and letters every day. But during Christmas, we processed 3 million. And that was part of my job, was to take care of 3 million pieces of Christmas cards. And I was exhausted. I was so exhausted. But I wanted to be a good mom, right? I wanted to be a good mom. So I got up that first morning to take my 4-year-old to this lovely event at the Detroit Institute of Arts. And I'd had about 4 hours of sleep. I was crabby. I was miserable. I was surly. I was impatient. Are you hearing me? Have you been there? I wanted to be a great parent. So I wanted to take my son to this awesome event, but I was so exhausted. I couldn't even be nice. I was so busy trying to do that I forgot who I needed to be. And I'm so glad you're here. And I always love the heart emojis. They're so fun and they make me feel loved. Thank you. We can, with the best of intentions, think that our efforts should be invested in doing things for people, doing things that are going to check off something on the list that gets us closer to what our goal is. But if we do not spend the same amount of time and effort focusing on who do I need to be, all of that hard work very well may be wasted. The most important piece of that equation is, who do I need to be? When we get it wrong, we have things, but we didn't do anything, and we don't have any character. We don't appreciate them. We do things, and then we earn things. We have things because we do things, but we lose sight so often of what really matters and what's important. The perfect equation: who do I need to be? Then what do I need to do? And then I can have the things I say I want to have. I don't know if you've been striving for a goal and you haven't been able to reach it, or if you just have a goal this year. Maybe you sat down at the beginning of the year and you're like me, and you set out all the goals that you have for this year. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. I've got goals. I want my goals to be achieved. Laura, I'm glad you're here. Thank you. And thanks for the applause. Yay. I know I have goals for my business this year. And as I sat down to do my vision board process is fast and loose, you guys. It is not, I lead vision board workshops. Those are valuable. So I highly recommend them. And I've been to them, I've done them. But this year, my vision board process was fast and loose. I tore a bunch of pictures out of all kinds of magazines, anything that looked good to me. And anything that resonated with me. I liked the colors, I liked the images, I liked whatever was on there, just got a pile. And then I spread them out on my desk. I have a nice big desk, and I spread them out on this big table. And I looked at them and I started to look for a pattern. And this is what I discovered as I was putting together my vision board. I had a lot of images that related to money. Now, I don't know about you, but my business isn't really a business if it's not making money, right? So money's an important part of my business, a very important part. But I was a little startled to see all these images of money. So I'm looking at those and I'm thinking, what's going on? And then I realized as I reflected, what is my relationship with money? One of my goals this year is that my business makes more money. How many of you have a business, you want to make more money? You have a career, you go to work every day, you would like a raise. Wouldn't we all love to make more money doing what we do? I know I would. But when I started to reflect, I realized that I was focusing a lot on what do I have to do to have more money. There's steps to have a successful business. There's ways to build your business. There's ways to serve more clients. There's ways to improve your sales, broaden your market share. Those are all things we can do. But as I looked at that, I realized I don't have a great relationship with money. I really don't. I'm a little intimidated by money. I'm a little intimidated to think, what if I make a lot of money? What would I do with it? What if it ruins me as a person? What if I can't handle it? Those kinds of thoughts let me know, I'm just being honest and transparent here. They let me know that before my business can be successful, I have to be somebody different. I have to be the kind of person who can have a successful business. What do you want from life? Do you want to have a happy family? Is that your goal, that you want to have a happy family, a happy home? If so, take your eyes off of the what do I need to do part and focus on the piece that says, who do I need to be the wife that I know I want to be the parent that is caring and loving and authentic. If I want to be the CEO of my company, who do I need to be so that I can run a company with excellence, with empathy, with authenticity, with honesty and integrity? When we focus our efforts on who we are supposed to be, it is amazing the clarity we get about what do we need to do. When I stuffed my 4-year-old into the car seat and hauled him down to the Detroit Institute of Arts to celebrate Christmas, doggone it, because we were going to have a good time, I was doing the right thing, but I wasn't being the person I needed to be. And when I got home and I saw how miserable he was, and I realized just what a terrible afternoon we had both had, I focused once again on the thing that really mattered. Who do I need to be? And I realized I can't take a 4-year-old downtown Detroit during the holidays on 4 hours of sleep. So I needed to make an adjustment. I needed to say, it's more important for me to be who I need to be: loving, patient, kind, present. It is more important for me to be those things than it is for me to do the things on my checklist. And I wasted the other 2 tickets. We didn't go, and I couldn't find anybody to take them. They were wasted, but it wasn't a waste at all. It was not a waste because it reminded me how easy it is to forget be, do, have, not do and have. It's tempting sometimes in our careers to maybe cut some corners. Maybe as we're climbing that corporate ladder, maybe instead of putting our foot on the rung of the ladder, we put our foot on the head of the person who's trying to get up there with us, right? Julie's hearing it. Carol's hearing it. Yeah, that is doing to have something. And when we strive to do, so that we can have, it is too easy to start compromising the people we know we need to be. We just forget about that character piece. We just forget about that piece about thinking about abundance and understanding that there's enough for everybody and that we can treat each other with respect and still achieve our goals. It is easy to forget. So as we're launching into this year, I want us all to remember it isn't always easy to do the be, do, have, but it should be easy to remember, who do we need to be? What do I need to do? Then I will have the things that I desire. I will have the relationships that I crave. I will have the success that I'm striving to have. It starts with us being who we need to be. And that's it. That's tonight's Sunday Night Live message, delivered on a Monday because of technological difficulties. I hope that some of you were able to jump on simply because we're on a different night. Sometimes that's the way it works. And if so, then it was a happy accident. And I am so glad you were here. Thank you for taking the time. I'm honored that you did. Christopher, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for your encouraging emojis and thumbs up. And I would love to know, who do you need to be to get what you want to have? Feel free to type it in the comments. Carol dropped something in that I really love. She said, intentional is a good word for this year. Yes, it is. Intentional is a good word for any year. When we are living life flying by the seat of our pants, it is easy to get caught up in the do. And then we have, and we think, oh, we've accomplished it. Look, I've got all this to show for all my doing. But if we haven't become somebody, all of that is empty. It's empty. It feels meaningless. So with that, I'm going to thank you for tuning in to Monday Night Live. I hope to see you next Sundays at the 7 o'clock hour like I usually do. And in the meantime, if you're interested in more of what Saturday Night Live has said and done, what I've done, go to YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. My name is Shannon LaBruyere. If you type that in, my name pops up. You'll see my smiling face. And there's a whole archive of things that will help you think right and do right, how to take action that actually helps you to thrive and be fulfilled. It's all there for you anytime you feel like it. I hope you enjoy it. Take care. Bye.